Welcome to the Women's Connection. I'm Barrie-Louise Switson, your moderator. The Women's Connection is a program about events shaping women's lives and helping one gain authentic power on a personal or professional level. So won't you stay tuned?
Welcome. Tonight we're celebrating 10 years of exceptional women, and I can't tell you what a pleasure it is for me to be here after 10 years of doing the Women's Connection. Before we get started in meeting some of the women that have been on my show for the past 10 years, I would like to say thank you, first of all, to Eva, who designed and created our website and our logo that you saw at the beginning of the show. And I would also like to thank Shirley Alpert from House of Burgundy, who is going to bring us some champagne to celebrate with. However, there's one little problem. The studio doesn't allow liquor of any kind. So we've made some other concessions. I would also like to thank Lady M Confections for donating some of their incredible cakes. They have a signature cake of 26 layers of crepe that is filled with this cream that just melts in your mouth. I also want to thank my staff who's been so generous in their time tonight and helping us. I want to thank Denton Harewood, Ross Byron, Nathaniel Torres, Stacy Schiff, and Douglas for being here tonight. Many people ask me through the years, how did I ever get started doing this television show? It's been an incredible journey, and it was all because of a fluke. I was unemployed, so what else is new, in 1993. And somebody asked me to help them do a business plan for producing a show on how to start a business. And I said, okay, fine, I've never done it, so why not try it? And from there evolved meeting somebody who was doing a television show here at the station, and he told me how to do the show. I went down and I signed up, I took a chance, and the rest is history. Before I go on, I also want to say the other question that people ask me is, what else do I do? I sell real estate. So I'm helping everybody with their dreams. But now let me introduce some of my women friends here. And I'm going to start with Joyce David, who is going to talk about who she is and something for empowerment. Joyce?
Oh, thank you, Barrie. I was one of your first guests, I think, about 10 years ago. I'm Joyce David. I'm a criminal defense lawyer. 10 years ago, I had just become the first woman president of a criminal bar. Since then, I've had a lot of exciting things happen in my life. I've had cases that have gotten a lot of publicity. I represented Mark Gastineau, who's a well-known football player. I represented someone who stabbed Al Sharpton in the chest, so I was one of the only attorneys who ever had a chance to actually cross-examine Al Sharpton. A number of the women who are here, you're going to hear, have written books that are very important books. I wrote a book called What You Should Know If You're Accused of a Crime. Not necessarily as useful to our ladies here, but generally useful to my clients. Last year, I had the honor of having Kate Burton play me in a movie about one of my cases. That was really a lot of fun. But I think the most important thing that's happened to me in the last 10 years is that my two children both got married and moved out, and each gave me a grandchild. And so I'm entering a part of my life where I'm really free, and I wanted to just mention a line from one of my favorite songs by Dan Fogelberg, is that I'm learning to fly, and this freedom is like nothing that I've ever known. And I recommend it to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Barrie, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
10 years. I'm sure you feel like it just flew by.
It certainly did.
I'm Sylvia Allen, Allen Consulting, and we're located in Homedale, New Jersey. I met Barrie through an NYU connection. I'm in the midst of writing a book right now for women, how to be successful at sales for women only. And what I want to give my advice on is how to negotiate, whether it's for a piece of real estate, whether it's for a raise, whether it's for a car, whatever it's for. Never accept the first offer. And whatever they say, you say, what a terrific start. I fully had expected, and make it much higher. And that gives you a chance to negotiate. Men do it. So should women.
Thank you. Great words.
Congratulations, Barrie, and how wonderful that we women can affirm other women. That's power. I'm Debbie Mandel, the author of Turn On Your Inner Light, Fitness for Body, Mind, and Soul. I'm a stress management specialist, the host of a radio show in Long Island, WHLI, 1100 a.m. Sunday mornings. I run a free educational website, so you can visit turnonyourinnerlight.com to see and hear things that you need to help you live with greater vitality, happiness, and health. And my message to women, don't vent, reinvent. Every decade, as Barrie knows, brings with it new consciousness, growth, and development. And I'm flying higher than I ever did before, because turning 50, you reach the age of wisdom, and the panorama is wonderful and high.
Thank you.
Barrie, congratulations.
Thank
you for your work and helping people to achieve their dreams. My name is Jacqueline Johnston, and I'm an energy healer in New York. My specialty is working with women who have cancer. And I also teach classes in the fundamentals of healing and transformation. And I also do some public speaking and even some business consulting in organizations that are open to new paradigms. And the message I would really like to give women who are tuning into this show is live your passion, follow your heart, find your dream and pursue it. There's so much energy in it, and it just frees you up to be who you really are. Go for it.
Thank you. Barrie, congratulations. You interviewed me a couple of years ago about my first book, What's Happening to Home. I'm a journalist who writes about work-life balance and workplace issues. And since Barrie interviewed me, I now have starting a column in the Boston Globe on Sundays called Balancing Acts, and it can be seen at www.bostonworks.com. And I'd like to mention that the other day I saw a newspaper headline that said, from 1923, that said, "Women Bank President Does Housework in Her Own Home." And that says a lot to me. Women could rise to the top, perhaps, but certainly it was inconceivable that they are home life too. You could be a breadwinner, but not a homemaker at the same time, and vice versa. And that was the industrial age, the rigid boundaries that have now passed. We know those days are gone, and we're living a very much more flexible and fluid life, and this is very important, I think, for women. Women, mothers, sequence in and out of the workforce. You can phase into retirement, working part-time instead of going cold turkey to the golf course. Anne Fudge, at the top of her game, took time off and then joined Young and Rubicon, a totally different industry from the one she had been in. So there's a lot more fluidity and flexibility in this digital age. But I think we have to remember that the price we're paying for this boundaryless time is that this flexibility brings with it the fact that the rule book is gone. We're living increasingly in a time of multitasking muddle. And I think that my message is that we should really begin to restore some of the boundaries that we had previously. Not all. We want to revel in the freedom and the creativity and our ability to gain all sorts of new identities, but I think we need to think and focus deeply on family, on work, and not just have snippets and glimpses of each other. And my final little message is that balance is not a certain tax bracket or a state of mind or a golden ring that we're always chasing after and never find. I think balance is a series of small decisions and responsibilities that make up the fabric of our life. So in this new age, let's revel in our freedom, but rebuild our boundaries quietly and together every single day. Thank you.
Thanks, Barrie. Congratulations on 10 years of extraordinary women and celebrating them. I'm Hana Lieber, and my company, Lieber Brewster, trains women to think like a brand, and we're passionate about helping women to market their companies, their products, services, and move forward in the marketplace. My advice to women is to create a brand and do that through being remarkable, not another brown cow, but a purple cow, as Seth Godin said, and to think about your target audience and what message you want to convey to them and how to create an emotional connection. That will always lead to success. And create a brand which is consistent across all lines of communication, whether you do it online or in print materials. Do it from the heart and make it count. Work it. If you want to know more about brand leadership, read my article on Women's Connection website, and if you email me, I promise to answer each email personally.
Thank you.
My name is Rose Auslander. I am a partner and trademark lawyer at Carter, Ledyard & Milburn on Wall Street, and sat next to Anna completely by coincidence. She has just been talking about what can make a brand. My work is to help people protect their brands. In fact, our firm motto is that we are partners for your business. And women entrepreneurs, I am proud to say, are the fastest growing business sector today. So ladies, the brands that you are creating now, I am confident are going to be the famous brands of tomorrow. So be sure to identify and protect these brands that may seem small now, because they may be the Coke or the Kodak of tomorrow. And ladies, I am confident that they will be.
Thank you.
My name is Ann Williams. I'm a professional dowser. I am douse for health and well-being for people. I have been doing this work for 29 years and love it and feel very empowered with this kind of work. I teach it to people as well. I am the chairperson of the Manhattan chapter of the American Society of Dowsers. What I want to say is that I do everything I can to surround myself with positive people. I am always thinking about positive thoughts and affirmations to say to help empower me and to help empower other people. So nobody leaves my space without getting some affirmations to say that will help empower them and to come from a more deserving place, which very often we women don't feel that we're coming from. It's very important to clear oneself on a regular basis and clear our energy so that when we do work with other people and just live our own lives, we'll be coming from a much better state. So in doing that, I also help women to understand that when we say words to people, we want them to be effective and we want them to be inspirational so that our words will help empower people as well. It's very important also to begin to love ourselves as fully and completely as we can, and to know that we can be our own best friend, to help know that even though we may not fully love ourselves at this moment, we need to, and we need to know that there will be even more love as we allow to come in. I'm very happy to be here tonight, Barrie, and thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful celebration.
Thank you for coming.
I'm Hana, Sara Reigler, and I was on Barry's show 10 years ago. And at that time, I spoke about the Holocaust because I'm a Holocaust survivor. And I think I told Barry at that time I was saved by 10 British prisoners of war in Germany in 1944. And I came to this country in 1947 at the age of 18, and I did not have any formal education since age 12. So I really had a lot of making up to do. And I made up my mind that one of the things I have to get is an education and have a profession so that I can take care of myself. I lived in a place which was really a rooming house, and I never shared my hell with anybody. I used to leave the house, and I went out into the world to accomplish what I had to accomplish. And I used to leave sort of all my troubles in the house, and when I came back, I would pick up the troubles again, and of course it was mine. I went to Midwood High School, and after 3 terms, I finished Midwood High School with the help of many wonderful, wonderful, dedicated teachers. And then I went to the Jewish Hospital in Brooklyn. I became a registered nurse, and I got married to Bill Reigler, and right. And then I went out, and I became involved in the neighborhood. I was a district leader for 6 years in the Democratic District. I was in Brooklyn, the district leader in the 44th Assembly District. And then I went subsequently. I got my bachelor's and my master's in Brooklyn College, and I was working in the Board of Education for the last 15 years in administration. I retired, which most of you here are still working. I think it's great, but I'm very much involved in the Center for Holocaust Studies, which was in Brooklyn. But then right now we are in Manhattan at the Battery Park, and I'm on the board, and I'm very much involved. I lecture and I speak to the teachers that are going to teach the Holocaust, and I'm there most of the time, and I see what's going on and so on. So I'm very much involved, and I think as women, we can really accomplish almost anything as long as we have a goal and we go to it, and whatever problems we have, we sort of leave it behind and we just concentrate on what we have to do. And then we always pick up the problems when we come home. So anyway, thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Hi, Barry. Nice to see you again after all this time. I think I was on your show about 9 years ago.
Right.
And at that moment, I was just entering my 3rd profession. I was starting out as a financial advisor. So now it's been 10 years, actually. And so this is a celebration for me as well as it is for you. I have been very successful simply because I'm honest and truthful. And not only have I helped women, I helped families too. Some of the people I started with have gone through many life changes over time, not only financial changes, but getting married, having children, buying houses, getting divorces, etc., and so forth. It is the most fascinating thing to meet people one-on-one and to develop relationships with them. It's just not like selling stocks at all. I think women, and especially women of a certain age, have a lot of credibility in the financial industry because there's one place where wrinkles really help. So, also in the financial industry, more and more women are gaining ground there too. And I think that people actually believe our sincerity. It shines through. We speak from experience, and we're very good at empathizing, as you well know. Women's Connection is a great idea. We need more and more marketplaces like this. I wish you all lots and lots of luck.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you, ladies, for sharing your wonderful thoughts to people, to the audience. What I would like everybody to kind of address, if you can think about it, is what can women do to really empower themselves going forward? I mean, we've come a long way, but I think we have a long way to go to being recognized. Does anybody have any comments?
I do. You only need to ask permission of yourself, not others. As long as you're not going to harm anybody else, just go do it.
Thank you.
Act on your feelings. Very important. Trust your gut instinct. It will guide you. Too often we have intellectualized decisions that was out of a drive to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. We are good enough. And get rid of the guilt. We paid for that in the Garden of Eden.
Sylvia, you wanted?
Well, I'll agree with you on the whole thing on intuition. When I teach at NYU, I hope this is acceptable on the air, I say TYG, trust your gut. Women have phenomenal intuition. Just follow it. And the other thing is quit taking a second seat. When you go to a meeting, sit at the head of the table. Take charge. You are in charge.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I think what did it for me was I had a goal. I knew what I wanted to do. And I think that's really the first thing you need to do is you need to know what it is that you want to do. With my children, I didn't tell them they had to be lawyers just like I was. I told them to find something that they enjoy doing and that they can make a living at. And the rest would take care of itself.
Is there anybody else who wants to add? Oh, okay.
Along those same lines, find your passion and go after it as long as you can, as hard as you can, as well as you can. Just work it, because if you're working from your passion, you will always succeed.
You had something, Rose?
Yeah, I did. I think it's important to reinvent adjectives for yourself. I think some of us have male adjectives. If you're a lawyer, you have to be a pit bull. Well, that's not true. You can be elegant, you can be dignified and not be a man. You can be something that's amazing and feminine. And I think sometimes we have to stop and revisualize the best of ourselves.
You want to give it to Anne?
I spoke about affirmations a little while ago, and what I want to do is say one of them for you so you can get a little idea.
You took my question right out of my mouth. Okay.
I love and appreciate myself very much, and will do all I can to be more loving and appreciative of myself, because I know very well I can do absolutely anything I make up my mind I want to do. And what I want to do most of all right now is to be in a very clear place, ongoing throughout my entire life. And I ask for help and guidance in this endeavor so I can be who I want to be and do what I want to do. And I know very well I'm a beautiful, whole, complete woman who deserves the best life has to offer, and I will have it.
Oh, I like it.
I think one of the things is you have to have a goal, and then you see how to go to that. And if it doesn't go one way, you just go another way. And don't be intimidated by men, because when I was in the board and we used to interview people, and when a man came and they say, Hana, wasn't he wonderful? He was so aggressive. And then they would say, did you see her? What a woman. She was so aggressive. And I said, we do have two standards. And don't be intimidated. You just go, you do about it, and whatever you have to accomplish, just if there's not one way, there's another way, but you can do it.
Good for you.
I want to thank everybody for their comments on that, but I also want to mention that there's a lot of fabulous articles on the website. It's www.womans-connection.com. And there are the books that all my guests have written. It is just absolutely fabulous. So if you can see the website address there. Please tune in. I also would love to hear from you, because I do respond to everybody's email. And if you want to hear any kind of a program, please let me know. I'm open to any topic you want, whether it's real estate, it's health, anything. I've got experts at my disposal. So please write me, because your letters are important and your phone calls are. Is there anything anybody wants to say in closing? Yes, Maggie.
I'd just like to say that women are doing all of what we have advised them to do, and that's empowering in itself. That women are charting their own courses, they're taking their time to do it, they're setting goals, and I think that this is an extremely exciting time.
Just think, you can do it too. If I can do a television show and do a live show tonight, you can do almost anything you want to do. So just think about it. If there's some passion you have, as the women have mentioned, follow your heart, follow your intuition, follow your passion, because you can do it. Do we have a couple minutes? We do.
Just want to say you're an inspiration to us all, Barrie, and
thank
we're
you.
most grateful to you.
Thank you. Do you want to come up with a shorter affirmation?
Oh my God. Well, I know a few short ones. Whatever I do works out perfectly for me. I'm in the light, and that is where I choose to be.
I have a great affirmation. If you
Okay, great.
Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. And everyone come out into the light. No matter what happens to you, there is light. Reinterpret those negatives into positives and be grateful for every little thing.
Anybody want to say anything else? Oh, because this has just been absolutely fabulous. Because one of the things with email after 10 years, I've been able to reconnect with a lot of women I haven't spoken to in many years. So it's just been fabulous for me to reconnect with them, especially the ones from 10 years ago. It's like picking up where you left off. Never lose touch with people that you've been in contact with. People are precious, and you just never know when they're going to be around the bend for you. In closing, as I said, I've got 3 minutes to go before closing, 3 seconds. Check the website out. It's great. We've got great articles. We've got great books. And we also welcome any article that you would like to contribute to share with other women around the world. The newsletter gets sent around the world. The show gets televised locally, but it plays on the internet simultaneously all over the world. So I wish you all best of luck and continued good fortune.